So one of the craziest NFL offseasons in history continues with the latest headline showing that Deebo Samuel, star wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers, is requesting a trade and would like to be moved away from that San Francisco 49ers franchise. Now for the Philadelphia Eagles, this is big news because the Eagles are a team that is in need of a wide receiver and they have yet to address that this offseason. And with Deebo Samuel coming available, you would have to think that the Philadelphia Eagles would be one of the main teams involved in potentially acquiring the star wide receiver. So then the question arises, where will Deebo Samuel end up, and could he potentially be headed to Philadelphia? Well, in this video we're going to be talking about all that, so let's get into it. So the Philadelphia Eagles have obviously been pretty quiet in this offseason. They've made a few moves in free agency, and they did make one trade involving draft picks, but they haven't really done much outside that, and like I said, they haven't done much to address their need at the wide receiver position. Heading up to the draft in a couple weeks, it seems like the Eagles might be looking at taking another receiver in the first round, which they've done in the past 2 years, obviously taking Devonta Smith last year, but also taking Jalen Hurts the year before, who has definitely not panned out. So the concept of adding a wide receiver in the first round for a third straight year seems interesting for the Eagles, as they definitely need to upgrade other areas on their team. Now, the Eagles also missed out on some big potential additions through trade, whether that be Tyreek Hill or Devontae Parker after that trade going to the New England Patriots, Devontae Adams obviously moving teams, and Deebo Samuel seems like he may be the next one, and the Philadelphia Eagles have yet to jump on any of these opportunities. Now with Deebo Samuel, could it be different for the Philadelphia Eagles? So let's look at Deebo Samuel right now. Right now, he's still a very young wide receiver. He is also one of probably the best three receivers in the NFL. He helped lead the 49ers to the NFC Championship game when they, in all honesty, really had no business being in that game. Deebo Samuel was their main offensive weapon, and he definitely carried that offense through stretches in the season and in the postseason. Deebo Samuel is one of the very best playmakers in all of the NFL, and if you added him to a team like the Philadelphia Eagles, he would be a great addition. So let's look at it real quick. The Eagles are in need of another receiver, obviously, alongside Devonta Smith. Deebo Samuel will probably become that number one receiver and continue to allow Devonta Smith to develop, and he would probably be that number two. Now, Deebo Samuel, he can honestly do it all on the field. He is a great route runner. He has the speed. He has the size. He can go up and get a jump ball, and you can use him out of the backfield. He's such a versatile player. He would be a great addition to the Eagles. Jalen Hurts needs to continue to develop as well, and he would definitely help Jalen Hurts in that aspect, as, you know, like I just said, he's a very versatile player, and he would be a really great target for Jalen Hurts to have throwing to all throughout the season. And they could use him out of the backfield as well, and they could run some interesting types of offense with Jalen Hurts being the running quarterback than he is, and Deebo Samuel being the very versatile player he is. And I think that if you added Deebo Samuel to this team, it would be a good help to not have to draft a receiver in the first round again, like they've done the past 2 years, and go focus on other areas of the team in the draft. Now, the argument against getting Deebo Samuel on the Philadelphia Eagles would be that you would have to pay him a lot of money, most likely $30 million a year. Receivers have been getting big money more recently, especially in this offseason. We've seen it. And when you add Deebo Samuel to this team, you would definitely have to pay him. That would be the argument against getting him, because if you were to draft a receiver, you wouldn't have to pay them nearly as much money. My argument against that is you're not 100% sure that some of these receivers, although this is a very good receiver draft class, are going to pan out just as good as Deebo Samuel, and you also need to focus on other areas of your team as well, as they've gone wide receiver in the first round the past 2 years, and they should focus on other areas, in my opinion. Plus, Deebo Samuel is too good of a player to pass up. In my opinion, he's one of the very best players in the entire NFL, and he's still young. And now the question is, will Howie Roseman see this as something that he needs to go make happen? He's been quiet in this offseason, but when a player like Deebo Samuel becomes available, they at least have to pick up the phone and see what the 49ers would want in a trade for Deebo Samuel. The Philadelphia Eagles have the very best return that they can give for Deebo Samuel. With all these draft picks they have in this year's upcoming draft and drafts to come, we'll see what Howie Roseman decides to do, because the Eagles could definitely end up trading for Deebo Samuel if they want to. We're just trying to find out if Howie would be willing to do that. That's my opinion. I think Deebo Samuel would be a great addition to this team, and if you can go get him and it's not way too much, it's not a ridiculous asking price, I think that the Eagles have to do it. Deebo Samuel is too good of a player to pass up, and opportunities like this don't come around often. So that's pretty much my opinion on it. Let me know if you guys agree in the comments down below, but that's pretty much all I got for this video, guys. Subscribe if you want more videos just like this, talking Eagles, talking Sixers, and drop a like down below to help support the content and push this video out to other people. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this video. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.